Hello dear friends, and on Melonfonk channel. In this video I bought the best maps in Melon Playground. Well, the last number of likes will show what kind of character you are from Melon Playground, and the last number of subscriptions will show your acceptance. Let's just play. If your likes are 7 and the last number of subscriptions is 3, then you are a nuclear bomb cactus. Write your results, of course, in the comments. I also want to say thank you so much to these commenters here for writing their awesome comments. And if you want your comment to be included in my next video, it's very simple. Just subscribe, like, and comment. It's very simple. Well, I won't take any more time and enjoy watching. Today I bought probably the best cards in the workshop, which I managed to find and which I have not shown you before. I hope you will put a like and subscribe to my channel in advance for my efforts. I will be very pleased. But first things first, let's go to the first map. And the first map is called Big Boy Map. This is quite an interesting map, and let's discuss it in more detail. At the bottom of the map is just a huge number of Melon's heads. It looks quite creepy. The textures are insanely beautiful. I really like how this map is done, because it's very high quality. Author, you're insanely cool. Well done. So I can immediately put, just for the textures of this map, at least a 10. It lacks, of course, animation, but I do not deny this fact that perhaps the map is made before the moment in the map editor added animations, so here to reduce the score for this we will not. There's also a very interesting looking idea here. It's some kind of ghost that is cut in half after all. So, accordingly, it's still a trending card that a lot of people will like, but the problem is that I don't know what kind of monster it is. Realistically, post in the comments if you have any idea what it is, because this is the first time I'm seeing it. I'm already not good at all the new trending, all sorts of maps, all the sorts of bosses, all ski-beady toilets. I'm honestly not good at it. So write in the comments what this thing is and what it's for. Maybe it's just a fantasy of the author and no more. And he just made up this monster. If so, the author's even more well done because he really showed his imagination and created something new. The map I put 10 points. I really liked it, but write your opinion in the comments. And let's move on to the next map. I was very interested in the next map based on its preview. And to be honest, I won't hide it, I was a little disappointed. After downloading this map, I played a little bit on it and realized that it lacks animation. Further on the YBB, here everything is very nice, it just seems that you are in the summer in the village. However, the real lack of animation, parallax. When the background is static, it all looks pretty weird. I'm not really a fan of backgrounds that are static and without any processing inside the chalk playground, and I, to be honest, really like it, and I really protest against it. That said, it's worth admitting that the map is still nice in mood. That said, I don't deny the fact that maybe guys, it's just a stolen PNG on the internet. And that's what I'm afraid of. Many maps are made exactly on this principle, just a downloaded picture and added to the chalk playground. Against this, guys need to fight somehow, because you need to create something of your own, and something unique. And here there is nothing unique, it seems to me. I hope I'm wrong and the author created this on his own, and if so, the map is really not so bad, just unfinished. But if this picture was just taken and copied and pasted into a chalk playground, then there's a disrespect. I'll give this map in any case 6 points, because it is clearly unfinished, but I do not deny the fact that it is pleasant in mood. Write your opinion, of course, in the comments, and let's have a look at the next map. I was also interested in this map because it stands out in the preview, among other maps specifically in the workshop. The map is called Virtual Melon Playground, and it is completely red. When you enter the map, you are greeted by eyes that are always looking at you, which is pretty cool and unusual. In this respect, the author did well and made something interesting and something frightening, but there are small minuses. As for me, lacks the banal quality. That is, the resolution of textures is quite low, which for me is naturally a minus. Also on the map there are animations, which to be honest I do not understand what is needed, but in general they are also quite interesting and quite a theme, as I think fit in, but at the same time some functionality I do not see them to. And how to evaluate this map? To be honest, I do not really understand. Because of the red color, we cannot fully discuss the quality and detail of the whole picture. But at the same time, in general, everything looks pretty good, especially pull out his me eyes. So I'll give this map 7 points. It's quite fair, and it's quite high. but you can write your evaluation in the comments. And let's move on to the next map. The next map literally surprised and amazed me in a nice way. It's called Boss with Melon Playground, and literally you enter the map and you see the boss, which is very detailed, which is very coolly made, and to which there can be no questions. Well, you just look at it. Firstly, when we enter the map, we immediately see the action. That is, the boss has broken the fence, and right now will hunt us down. That is already some kind of alarm is present on the map, which means it is already something unusual. Secondly, in the background we see some city, and the city does not take all the attention. That is the most important thing on the map, is the boss. From below we see some bridge, some swamp, and in general our task is to survive. But it is literally impossible to survive here, because the boss attacks with his actions. It literally is, because the map has an animation that destroys all living things on the map. Very cool map, but really put it 9 points, still minus a little first. The font on top, to be honest, very ugly. Here I would fix a little. Secondly, if you do the city on the background, it should be done in the right color, and slightly, I think, it should have been blurred. I do not know how to do it correctly so that it does not stand out so much, but in general, I do not really like the way the city on the background, it is a little crooked. Well, and of course you could add animation of the Lion Health boss. It would be just like a highlight on the cake. It would be very cool, but overall still a very good job. 9 points, I think, quite fair. Write your evaluation in the comments, and let's take a look at the next map after all. The next map is Big Ben and Melon Playground. Go into the map, I thought that I would be surprised by the scale of everything, because Big Ben is after all a unique structure which is known all over the world, and in general going into the map I was convinced that this is Big Ben. There is nothing in terms of such that it would have amazed me. No! I thought that there will be animation on the clock, but this I unfortunately did not see. But it could be done, and do without any problems. It would be a simple animation, which is perfect as I worked. Also minus another resolution, again low quality, that is strongly visible pixels. This is not in the style of Melon Playground. For this we also reduce the score. Also there is no animation at all, so we can conclude that perhaps this is some bitmap image from the internet, just copied and pasted into the internet. For this we also reduce the score, but maybe I'm wrong and just the developer of this map does not know how to properly add animations in Melon Playground, or perhaps first drew the image, and then did not think that still the image must be broken into layers to properly import it into the game. The next map is Hell from Minecraft, so here I am generally satisfied with everything. Immediately I would like to say that the map is pretty good, and this map noted the developers themselves in their and back videos, and in general to put, I can immediately end points probably 8. Quite a good map. In general on the textures are all very good. The author did well, and the author he also implemented some interesting pillar or poison when you get to this lava or poison. Then in general, as well as logical, Melon or any other MPs immediately turns into a skeleton. And what is noteworthy, the skeleton glows green. I do not know if this was added to the game on purpose or if it's just some kind of bug, but it's really very beautiful and very unusual looking. I think you will agree with me 100% here. Yes, and the textures are all very good. I just lacked scale. It would be cool that it was some big map. And so the textures, as for me, really lacked. So I think that with my assessment you will agree. But of course, write your opinion in the comments, and let's look at the next map. Well, the next map really surprised me. It's Metro Melon Playground. Honestly speaking, on the textures are all weak. But the map surprised me. And in the preview, I thought that I will never buy this map. And all the time, for some reason, it flipped through, but I decided that it is necessary for the video to show you it, and still decided to buy it and download and see what it is, a map. And the map is actually very cool. As it turned out, first of all, the textures are not the worst I've seen, just lacks a little light. If the author would add more light, it would be amazing, but so the light is a little bit small. And secondly, there is a very cool train which is animated. And Gulks finally found the people who figured out to do it. It's very cool, and it works without any problems at all. It's basically a looped animation of the train and the subway. Very cool. Agree, guys. A really cool idea. Maybe the implementation is a little weak, but at the same time, no problems, no bugs, everything works clearly, and everything works cool. Give the map 10 points, just for the idea. I think that here you will agree with me. I recommend everyone to play on this map because it's pretty fun. Well, and let's move on to the next map. Well, the last map, but not the worst. and it's the Green Gene Tunnel. Overall, maybe it's not a cool map in terms of textures. It's not really cool in terms of design or animations, but it's a cool idea in terms of the fact that it's a map from the Melon Playground animated series, so it's got some kind of cult and some kind of idea, and I always respect and always love the idea. Oh, and texture-wise, it's good. As for me, there is not enough lighting. The brightness is good. However, there is not enough good work on the light shading. Not enough more light sources, and therefore work with them. An idea, I repeat, everything is very good. The resolution of the texture is also more than good. The map is big, long, and spacious. I'll give it 8 points. I like it very much. But write your opinion in the comments. Also write in the comments which map you like the most. I will be very interested in your opinion. This is the end of my video. Thank you all for watching. Good luck, goodbye everyone, and remember buddy, as always, see you the other day.